Richard, a lot of these questions will be answered upon discovery and analysis of those black boxes. But as you've been investigating the history of this airline and this aircraft over the last several hours, what have you learned?
Well, the airline Metrojet was rebranded. It's a rebranded airline of Kalavia, which is a Russian carrier from Siberia. And the airline itself has only had two previous incidents, using Tupolev planes, and they seem to be fairly minor incidents. However, the aircraft itself, this particular A321, was involved in what's known as a tail strike in 2001, when it was owned by, or was being released by, a previous carrier. Apparently the damage was substantial. The plane was flying Beirut to Cairo, and as it came into land in Cairo, the tail struck the runway and required repair. Now, that might mean nothing. That might mean absolutely nothing. The 321, incidentally, is prone to tail strikes, both on takeoff and landing, because it is a stretched version of the 320. And pilots often say, it's one of the things 321 pilots are warned about, is that because it's a longer aircraft, as you rotate and land the aircraft, you have to be careful of that. But there will be people who'll be remembering previous incidents where tail strike repairs haven't been done properly, and there have been failures, in one case 7 years later. This is just something that's out there, but otherwise the A321, an extremely reliable, extremely safe aircraft.
And it's not just it's also very popular, isn't it, Richard, this Airbus class of 320 fleet. I understand that one takes off every few seconds around the world.
Yes, I think the number is about 6,000 of the 320 family, and that goes from 318, 19, 20 through to the 21. And the only difference, there's a commonality of cockpit, so one pilot can fly any one in the range, and the only difference is it just gets longer and longer for more passengers. And you will see the 320 in all the fleets of all the world's major airlines. Its direct competitor is the Boeing 737. Airbus is doing the 320 Neo, Boeing's doing the 737 MAX, but I'm just, off the top of my head, I'm pretty certain every major US carrier has 320s in its fleet, and certainly in Europe the 320 is absolutely the backbone of the short-haul fleet now.